Smithtown Spotlight. I'm Bobby Rabbit, and today we are at a fantastic Italian restaurant right
I'm
here
your
in
host, Jeff Shalero. Riddle me this, where can you find the likes of Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man here in Smithtown?
Hi, I'm Kenny Bernardini, and welcome to Smithtown Spotlight. Today I'm at Hoyt Farm, a beautiful nature preserve here in the middle of Commack. Have you ever wanted to get away from it all?
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for attending this great day. It's a beautiful day to be in this beautiful park. I want to thank, first of all, our planning department, parks department, who did just a magnificent job on constructing this facility. Recreation department also in scheduling this field for football and lacrosse, and I just appreciate it if you could give those departments a hand. They did a wonderful job. Today's a bit of a special day for me because Buster Toner was the guy who whipped me into shape. I said this at the Nesconset Chamber, and if they're here, we appreciate you attending and all the support you gave us. But I said it at the Nesconset Chamber dinner where Buster was honored. If not for Buster, I probably would not be standing here talking to you today. So it's a great day for me, and it's an honor to be able to dedicate this park in his name. Buster Toner was instrumental in starting the entire neighborhood park system in the town of Smithtown. As I also said at the chamber, many days he would come in without a tie on, but rather his mason clothes. And that's how he gained the respect that he has. He'd go right out to a park and start doing some of the construction himself. And I think we should applaud him for that. I can tell you that dealing with the organizations that use this facility and then this concert community, they are truly in love with it. We have our friends here from the library. In a couple weeks or so, that will be opening, and we had a vision from the start about a beautiful state-of-the-art library in this concert, and complemented by this wonderful park facility for all to enjoy. I personally want to thank Supervisor Vecchio for appropriating the funding. This project was somewhere in the vicinity of started at $1.5 million, but I think Councilman McCarthy got him up to $2 million. But I want to thank him for his support as far as financing this project. I want to thank my colleagues on the town board for all their support in building it. Mike Fitzpatrick's here today. Michael, thank you so much for being here. With that, I want to introduce the man who did fund it and supported the project all the way. He's going to say a few kind words. We're going to have a couple people that want to say a few words to Buster, and then we're going to go over and unveil the sign. But I am honored today to be here. Buster, congratulations. And I'd like to invite to the podium Supervisor Pat Vecchio.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here, and of course I echo congratulations to Buster Toner. I just learned something. I thought they told me it was $200,000. Now it turned out to be $2 million. But I want you to know, Eddie, and all of you, we're still very solvent in spite of that. It is a beautiful facility because dedicating this park to a better name than Charles Toner. Now, I did work with Charles for whatever length of time he was here, 25 at least. Buster, was it that we were together? Not so much together, probably fighting a lot. But nonetheless, I always admired his thorough professionalism, his dedication to a park system, and for running what I thought when I first came here, the best department in the town of Smithtown. So good luck, God bless, and we hope this sign will remain here for, in Italian we say Cent'anni, for 100 years. Thank you.
I know Councilman McCarthy would like to come up and say a few words, Buster. Tom?
Buster, Mr. Toner, Eddie, you gave me, Eddie, Paul Hedger, John Valentine, Gregory Hill, Mike Fitzpatrick. You gave us all our start when we were 14, 15 years old. Picking up garbage, cleaning toilets, whatever we needed to do. You said work a hard day and you get a good day's pay. And you took care of everybody in this town. You took care of these parks. And then I just mentioned to you before, when I got a little older, I said I'm going to venture out on my own, into my own private business. I asked for a leave of absence. Mr. Toner said, I'm not giving you that leave of absence because you don't go into your business with 100% with a leave of absence with something to fall back on. Go out on your own and go for it. And he gave me the ability to start for 30 years of business successful in the town of Smithtown. And thanks to Mr. Toner, that happened. He's just an incredible, unbelievable individual. And there's so many people that you can't even name that he's helped out in this community. And Buster, I love you, and thank you everybody for coming here for Buster today.
Bob, are you back there? Bob Creighton? Bob, can you come up and say just a couple words, please? I think Kevin Malloy had to run. I'm not sure. Is he still here?
Oh, Kevin had to go.
Kevin had to go. He had an appointment in the city. He had to catch a train. But Buster, Kevin said it wasn't him that hung the flag upside down. It was his brother. That's what he told me.
Thank you, Ed. Buster, just a few words. I mentioned to you before, my wife, who was an old friend of Buster's, was dying to be here. And this morning we went to Grandparents' Day at St. Patrick's School. She's still there, can't get out. I stuck out the door, so I represent her and say congratulations to you, Buster. Thank you for all you did for the town of Smithtown, and continued good health and good luck.
Michael? Michael's going to tell you, but he also got his start under Buster's rules and regulations also.
And they were very strict rules and regulations, and Tommy was right, Eddie's right. We all got a great start working in the Parks Department. It was a pleasure to spend those years working under a gentleman who was a leader, a gentleman who gave his all to the town of Smithtown, and who created, with the help of the town board, but it was his vision and his hard work that created the best park system of any town on Long Island, and perhaps even New York State. We have some of the finest park facilities anywhere, and it was a pleasure for all of us to be part of that system, even though we were just the summer employees and others went on farther. But Buster was just from the old school, and the old school is the best school. And everyone who has followed, Eddie, Billy, Chuck, still do things the old-fashioned way. And that's why Smithtown's park facilities will always be the best anywhere on Long Island. Buster, thank you for your contribution to this park system, to the hamlet of Kings Park, to the entire township of Kings Park. Thanks for what you've done for all of us. It's a pleasure to be here. This is an outstanding facility, and it is one of the crown jewels of this park system, and it deserves to have your name on it. And thank you very much for inviting me to be part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. We also have here this afternoon our town clerk, Vincent Polio, who was very instrumental in helping out with the Nesconset Chamber, and they're all here. We appreciate all your help. Thank you, Vinny. In a few moments, we're going to just take a short walk over and unveil the sign, and then we'll have some refreshments. But just before we do that, it's my honor to invite up the man of the hour, Mr. Charles Toner.
said, and thanks to everybody who came out in this weather for this. I assumed it was just going to be a small group, and I really thought that the park was just that little sitting park down there with the gazebo. And when Bill Murphy drove me up here this morning, I looked around and I said, holy smokes, this is some park. Once again, town of Smithtown, #1. Anyway, as these gentlemen that spoke before me mentioned that a lot of them got their start under me, and they did, and I loved every one of them. And there's a lot of other fellows here today who I hired as just kids, and they're retired now out of the Parks Department. I'm glad they're getting older, but I'm not. But anyway, one thing about my time in the parks, I loved the job. I loved the challenge, and fortunately I was lucky enough to get the men who helped me, and the core of guys that were very close with me, that believed in what I was trying to do. This guy right here was #1, as well as Bill Murphy, Chucky Barrett, and all those other guys here, Craig Rowland, Paulie Hedger. I'm probably going to miss some, but anyway, I'm indebted to all of you. Without you, we'd have never pulled this off. We started hardly with anything. We had, when I walked in the door of the Parks Department, we had 6 small trucks. Well, 1 dump truck. It was a 2-wheel dump truck. And we had 1 machine. It was a little case loader. That was the machine that Assemblyman Mike Fitzpatrick got on one day on his lunchtime, and I spotted him through the window. I ran out and I said, what the hell are you doing on that machine? Get off. Poor Mike froze, and he got off. He never had any experience on the machine. I figured the 1 machine I had, he'd probably drive through a door or through a window or something. But I could probably tell you stories about each and every one of them. But I'll tell you something, they were great guys. And you know, along with all my men, and I'm looking at, there was a hell of a guy right there, Kenny Kopek. Give that guy any job, never bitched about it, did it. End of conversation. But there was one person who played a major role in my success, and that was a gal. She was my assistant. She practically ran, well, she did run the offices, and she's no longer with us, but I think of her every day. She kept everything on the straight and narrow. Without her, I'd have never been here today. And that's the truth. Feel that strong. Her name was Muriel Thorpe. A lot of you townies, especially my guys, they all remember Muriel. They used to call her the Colonel. She had a military background, but she was one great employee. I used to tell her many times, Muriel, you don't belong in a little town like this. You belong in Manhattan. Assistant to some big IBM or one of those guys, I said. You're wasting your time out here. But she loved the Parks Department like I did. And she just was magnificent. And anyway, when Ed first called me about this coming about, for the first time in my life, I think I was without a word. And he even said, are you still there? I said, yeah, I'm here, Ed. I said that this kind of took me by surprise. And it did, to think that the possibility of having a park named after me. And anyway, I was surprised, I was honored, and I was humbled at the same time. I was honored because I'll be joining all those other fine town residents whose names hang on all the other signs. I was humbled because as just a kid growing up in Kings Park, never thought my career would lead to something like this. I'm very, very thankful for that. I know it's hot, so I'm not going to go on talking. But anyway, I will say this, that if I had it to do all over again, if he could make me young again, I'd be very happy to do it all over again. So I say thank you all for coming. Thank the town of Smithtown. It's a great town we live in. And God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Buster. I know there's a few people here that love you and want you right where you are, but I'm not so sure about you being young again, because that's how you got your name, Ball Buster. Frank and the planning department again, thank you for all your hard work. Recreation, Tommy, Parks Department, all you guys did a terrific job. 1, 2, 3.
Ah!